don't know about you, but I walk around in gym clothes a lot these days, especially in the summer heat in Arizona. I guess they call it athleisure wear now or something like that. But because of that, I end up carrying either a backpack or a sling bag or even like a Tacta fanny pack or something a lot, because in the summertime when it's 115 degrees, I want to wear really light clothing. I haven't done a bag review in a very long time, but I do keep my eye on things that come out that kind of look sleek and comfortable and obviously would make it a little easier to carry. I caught wind that Savory Equipment was coming out with this Obscura Sling bag right here, and I was intrigued because I'm very familiar with Savory Equipment. I've used their rifle bags and their range bags for probably the past 5 or 6 years, and they're built like tanks. The Obscura bag from Savior does have some kind of hidden secrets to it that I thought were pretty cool, because it's really built around an EDC carry sling bag, where most other packs and bags and stuff are like just packs or bags that have kind of been shoehorned into being able to carry a pistol or a PDW or something in. Basically, they've always just reminded me of those like Swiss gear computer bags with a lot of pockets and stuff, and then like a zipper compartment with Velcro where you could put an EDC pistol. And while that might work, it's really not the best. One of the coolest things about the Obscura, and the fact they designed it around EDC, is the different levels of retention built into this. And I know somebody's already rolling their eyes about why would you want different levels of retention built into a sling bag? But for my concealed carry moms and pops out there, you get it, because kids seem to be able to get into anything. So an additional level of retention when you have your piece in a bag like this is a welcomed offering. Also, think about it like this. If you're wearing this thing in a hike through the forest, the last thing you want is to catch that thing on a branch and have it rip your bag open and expose your piece to grandma who's walking the opposite direction of you. Or think about walking through a crowded environment like a concert, a fair, something like that, where you're bumping into people. You don't really want to expose what you're carrying unless you really have to. But that doesn't mean that the bag is still not very quick to deploy. Each of those draws was an example of the different levels of retention built into the sling bag. When this thing comes shipped to you, it's going to be in level 1. That is basically just rip and go to work. But you have 2 additional levels depending on how you want to set your bag up. Level 2 is when you detach the plastic clasp from the handle, making the small clip your area to grab now instead of the handle itself. This is still pretty fast, but you need to be on point when you go to grab that smaller piece of material. Condition 2 is a great way to walk around, say you're on a hike, a crowded environment, a concert, a fair, something like that, because you don't want to expose your pink pistol if you don't have to. Level 3 on this is where you have that small Velcro zipper stop area put inside the bag so the zipper is fully closed and the small clip is not on the handle. In this scenario, it's obviously the most secure, but it is the slowest deploy. However, the zippers are very smooth and function quite nicely, so once you get them partially open, you can pull on that large handle with a quick tug and get to work out there on the range. Another cool thing that they thought about here is this bag was actually built ambidextrous. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, all you have to do is change over to this side or that side with that quick clip on there, and you're going to be able to carry it. That can also change based on the configuration you're wearing it in the front or the back. Completely up to you. But the fact that it's universal is a nice touch, so you don't have to buy a dedicated left or right-handed bag. Obviously, if you choose to wear it on the back, you will have to grab that sling and pull it to the front should you choose to draw. And when you think back about walking through a crowded place like an airport or a train station or a fair, a lot of people are wearing very small and sleek bags like this, whether it's a sling bag, a shoulder bag, a fanny pack. So it doesn't draw a lot of attention unless you get it in some kind of crazy camo pattern. As far as the materials go and the actual pockets on this bag, talking about the EDC pocket first, and as you can see, I've got a full-size Walther PDP in there with a Surefire X300 and a Holosun 507 comp. Not a small setup, and that is resting in a Tier 1 MSP holster. So there's a good bit of room in here should you want to carry big nasty out there with you on the day-to-day. But both sides of this are covered in loop material, so all your Velcro accessories can go in here, depending on the size of the pistol and holster. We'll talk more about that. You also get this nice stiff Velcro strap right here, which is going to accommodate most of your common belt clip style holster designs in there very nicely, and obviously you can size it as you see fit. The exterior of the bag is made in a 900 denier PU coated polyester that is ripstop, and then the internal sides are going to be a 210 denier nylon as well. On the back side for comfort, you do have good padding, and it's like a compressed EVA panel in there, so it's not going to lose its form either. All of your zippers on here will be able to be cam locked. They are fully closed up here on that clasp area. That way they're not going to break. And all of your pulls are covered with a shrink wrap, so it's not going to fray. All of the stitching looks very nice, and then all of like the key areas where it's going to bear weight or stress are going to be double stitched. The bag just has a great overall look and feel to it. So that material actually kind of looks like that pleather, that fake leather stuff, but a little bit more flat, not quite as shiny. Overall, pretty sleek and pretty smooth. And based on my experience from overloading my range bags and my rifle bags with way more weight than they're probably meant to carry all the time for the past like 5 or 6 years, I've never had a problem with any of the bags from Savior with the stitching, material tearing, none of that stuff. They've all been built like a tank. Now, pocket-wise, obviously you saw that CCW pocket. The first accessory pocket is lined with an elastic area to fit a pad, something like a 8.5 by 6.5 size device, followed by 2 more smaller elastic pockets, which are about 3 inches by 4 inches, and lastly, just a nylon open sleeve, which is about 6 by 6. The outermost compartment on this thing is just an open area with a key clip, measuring 6.5 by 10.5, probably where you'd put your wallet, maybe your cell phone. You have 4 total grab handles, 1 large one on the top, 1 large one on the bottom, and 2 slim ones on the side. The strap has multiple areas to hook attachments onto, and a large buckle which is hidden by more elastic material with plenty of adjustment, even for my big hoss boys out there. It's nicely padded on the back, it's nicely padded on the strap, so it's pretty comfortable to wear around. And if you are into patches, there is a 1x1 area for you to attach a hooked patch to on the exterior. So things I liked about this Obscura bag and things that I noticed carrying this around and actually using it out there on the range. First, the quality. So it looks good, it's low key, all the stitching seems to be good, it seems to be quality material. Obviously time is going to tell on that, but I've never had a problem with the Savior equipment stuff. It's all been very good. As far as the levels of retention go, it's very easy to deploy your pistol from with. The level 3, yeah, a little bit more work, but honestly, if you're at that level, you're probably seeking cover, and at that point, you have the time. And the minimalist design is honestly what you want for a sling bag. So it's not much bigger than my hand, and having owned a bunch of different sling bags before, if you get much bigger than this, you tend to overload them with too much weight and they become uncomfortable. And if you're carrying 10 or 12 pounds in a sling bag, you need a backpack, not a sling bag. A couple things I did notice while carrying this and using this bag out on the range. If you're going to carry a full-size monster like this PDP in here with an X300 and a Tier 1 MSP holster, it pretty much takes up the whole space, and that's totally okay with me. But even though you have all this additional loop area in here, you're not going to be adding on like another magazine in there or anything else that's really bulky, because it starts to interfere with the zipper and your ability to actually close the bag. So if you're carrying like a slim line or a compact, you're gonna have a little bit more of an ability to carry an additional mag right inside that main EDC pouch. But again, I just wanted to show you guys the size of this and what was capable of being carried in here should you want to carry a magazine in a different pocket or in like a Neo Mag in your pocket on your pants or something. One more thing that I did notice when I was trying a couple of different magazine types and pistol types out there, if you have anything more than a standard flush fit magazine, say I was trying to use my +2 extensions on here from Walther, it does hit the zipper on the inside and will interfere with that like quick opening of the bag. Oh, fuck. Oh shit, those are the extended mags. Now if you're carrying a compact with like a +5, you can probably get away with that. But any full-size pistol, you're gonna wanna go with like, you know, if you're carrying a 17, you want the Glock mag. If you're carrying a PDP, you want the standard mag, because as you go to pull, the inside of that zipper catches the back of the mag extension and keeps you from opening it or opening it easily. So just one more thing that I noticed, but honestly, most people, that's a lot of capacity in there on that PDP. So pretty much good to go on that. Just something to take note of. Overall, I think Savior Equipment did an extremely solid job on this Obscura Sling bag, and it's likely something that I'm going to get a lot of use out of because it's the right size. I can carry a full-size pistol, and it seems to be very comfortable and well made up to this point. As far as colors, I think they're coming in this gray, black, red, and purple, should you be into purple. And I want to say when I looked at their website, they were right around 105, which isn't bad. I'm absolutely beat, and I am leaving for Vegas for SHOT Show in about 48 hours, so get subbed up to the channel. So this is the level 2, so you have to grab this.